something in someone in the comment section. Let's see here. Oh, okay. It is Chike. Hello, Chike. Great to see you. Thank you for joining in. So we have Vivian. Yes, fantastic. And I'm going to bring it right up. Dun da da, drum roll. Hi.
Hi, hi everybody.
Hi. This is cool. This is really cool. I just, it's so great to have you here, Vivian. Thank you so
I'm gonna
much.
I'm gonna put my headphone on. Just one moment. Just one moment.
Sure. I mean, it happens. Okay. There we go. Are we good?
Yes,
Fan-
almost.
Fantastic. Fantastico. Okay. So I am going to start off with a quick bio. Is she there? Okay, there she is. Okay, great. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm really excited to have Vivian here on the show because I met Vivian. I met Vivian. Okay, well, I'll just read her bio. I mean, she comes in. We'll just dive right into the topic. I met Vivian 2 years ago when she started her Amplify DI Summit, and when I saw that summit announced, I thought, wow, this is incredible. There she is. And I just felt like, wow, when I saw the summit Amplify DI, I thought, who is this lady? Like, this is incredible. And so I wanted to be a part of her movement and to lend my voice. And last year I got a chance to do that. And so she's just incredible. Vivian is an inclusive workplace wellness advocate. And one thing I really love about her work is that she tries to really demystify DEI. Like, she doesn't want you to think, what is DEI? What? I don't understand. She's like, no. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is so you can use it, right? She wants to be able to make it accessible to everybody. And not only that, she also provides tools to really embrace inclusive changes. We know that change is really, really difficult. And if people don't have the right tools, it gets a bit difficult to do so, right? So she's really a strong advocate of really empowering people. And then one thing I love also is the use when she says, she wants people to think consciously. I talk about that a lot in my work, the need for conscious working. When you're conscious, that means that you're engaging in self-awareness, and that allows you to really engage with people, right? And that allows you then to take action. We don't want a lot of talking. We want more action. And that's exactly what
Exactly.
Vivian does. So, Vivian, you are absolutely welcome. Welcome. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and also thank you for being so patient. I'm on a girls trip in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the Netherlands. So I'm really excited to have this conversation here in Texel, of all places, in the Dutch islands. And also thank you, Amar, for the amazing bio. You're giving me too much credit, but the thing is, I want DEI to be quite sizable. I want everybody to understand that some people are swimming in the kiddie pool, and we need to also embrace that. We need to also provide them tools so that they are able to swim in the DEI ocean, which is very big, very big.
Yeah, absolutely. It's massive, and we definitely want people to. I mean, that's the need. That's the need to really demystify these words, because sometimes we get
Exactly.
caught up, right? And they're like, "Oh, I don't know, what is this?" And we're like, "No. Look, it's really about care. What DEI is about building culture. It's about changing the culture of organizations to really be more people centered. We want organizations that really care for the employees, because when you put the employees first, I mean, think about it, Vivian. Whenever you've ever been put, when you feel like your interests have been put, first, are you more likely to engage fully? What do you think?
They say happy cow give more milk, right? And the same goes for people, that when they are happy, or when they are empowered, but also when they feel valued, they put in the extra line of work, they do something extra. But also when it comes to employer branding, right? It's a way to create a win-win situation, not only for your organization or your team, but also for the employee themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for that insight, Vivian. And for others who are watching, please, I would love to hear what you think in the comment section. What do you think? Have you ever I would like you to share, a time where you felt really valued. How did that make you
Mm.
feel, in terms of your work? Did you do more work? I would just love to hear what you have to say, because I really think that when we have that buy-in, when we feel like our bosses are really, really care for us, have got our backs, I will do anything. I would literally do anything
Anything,
that
girl?
goes the same.
Anything?
Well, I
Anything?
mean, within the confines of work, obviously, but I would go the extra mile. That's what I mean. Like, I will go the extra
Okay.
mile, right? In anything, if you have a friend that cares about you and shows that, they care about you, you will go the extra mile for your friend, right? Under the normal.
That's also one of the reasons why with Amplify DEI, I know what is out there and how certain speakers are being treated. And with Amplify DEI, provide not only providing a stage where speakers can, share their personal stories or can share stories that connect to on a human level. I want to be able to provide the speakers anything what they need to amplify their brand. So if it means that you need to learn how to create a fantastic presentation online or how to ignite yourself online, then I partner with Bogdan Manta, who is an amazing speaker, and he provided some workshops for the speakers so that the speakers can learn how to ignite themselves online.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, yeah, and I love your brand, and I love what you're doing, and you've got to keep going. So I know our guests are wondering, okay, we've been talking about the need for more representation of Black
Hmm.
people and people of color in spaces of, power and influence. And yeah, let's talk about the invisibility problem. Like, what do you think about, what's your take? I mean, you know, what do you think about the lack of visibility of Black people and people of color in spaces of power and influence? And I preface this by looking at this through the lens of government,
Hmm.
culture, yeah, the culture
Yeah.
makers, so like the top directors at Hollywood and other, I'll talk about Germany and France and those who create movies that basically shape a cultural lens.
True.
Right, I'm talking about
True.
those people. I'm talking about the news also. That's
Yeah.
part of it. Universities, right? Literature, right? So these are the spaces
Movies.
of power, because this is what actually shapes our perspective. So
Yeah.
could you share? Yeah, go ahead.
What I have to say is that I'm an '80s baby, right? So I'm giving away my age already. But when I have to say, when I grew up, I was always looking towards the Janet Jackson or Michael Jackson or the black actors as well, and also actresses as well. And I could never see myself on the news. I could never see myself in a newspaper. Or I could never see myself in the magazine. Unconsciously, you're sending out a message saying that black doesn't matter. And now, being here in this day and era where you have so many platforms, so many magazines, but also so many movies that are highlighting black expertise, black potential, but it's not enough because we don't see it in all places, and not everybody lives in the US where you can see a lot of black people. So I'm going to talk about the lens from I want to talk about the European lens, where the lack of representation for black professionals is lacking in the politics, it's lacking in the boards, and it's lacking in the places of power. So what I would like to inspire the organizations, because if you value inclusion, if you value diversity, then what are you doing to amplify the 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 needs or the careers or the careers of black professionals? What are you doing, and how are you mentoring them? Are you sponsoring them? What are you doing to accelerate their career so that they can pay it back, or they can pay it forward to the next generation as well? You cannot say that we aren't there, because we are there, and we have LinkedIn, we have Google. But if you're looking for a talent that is value of is adding value
Mhm.
to your organization, there are so many recruiting organizations that value diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's time to have that real conversation about whose voice are you missing,
Mm.
because at the end of the day, more and more people will look on your website and will see maybe you have the diversity images, right? So that box is checked. But the moment that they step in your company and they see that it doesn't reflect the real representation, that's the moment that you have to do more work to bring in more, because now that they are in, you have to do the work to keep them, retain them. And it might not be as easy as attracting them, or
Mm.
the attracting part is most of the time easier. But when it comes to the job honeymoon, right? So after 6 months, how would you feel if after 6 months you're in a work situationship, or you're in a work and you realize that what they told you or what they shared with you isn't the real deal?
Yeah, absolutely. And Anka Sanam, oh my gosh, it's been such a long time, Anka Sanam. And thank you so much. It's like she said great point, and I absolutely echo what she's just said. I
Hmm.
think that a lot of times, people, and then we talk about, I just talked about tokenism, this idea of, having that black face, or a member of the LGBTQI plus
Yeah,
community, then and you're like, oh yeah, I've ticked that bus, that
yeah,
box as well. And that's not enough. That is totally being tokenistic. Look at the boards, right? Who are those decision makers, and what can we do to make sure that we can see ourselves? I mean, I think
yeah,
also of just little things. I remember living in Germany, and I'm not knocking Germany because I do love Germany, but I just realized living there, I mean, when you look at the ads, I mean, I just never saw that diversity. There was no representation. And I just always thought, like, why? That is so weird, like even on the trains, uh, all around the city, like and I lived in a very, very diverse city. And, there's really no representation whatsoever. I
yeah.
have a good friend of mine who also wrote a book recently just because she felt like her kids were not getting any books that reflected her children.
Hmm.
I think that's another element when we think about in the grand scheme of things. Why is there this absence? And I know that Emmanuel Acho, he talks about this, like, because these societies, we're living in a very we're living in a very segregated